Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Peaky Booders with Birmingham City and me, Bood FM. As always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you do the good stuff, hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell, and you will never miss anything I do like this. But most of all, thank you for your view, and thank you for returning after episode 1. You're my favourite of all time, you legendary person, you. I'd give you a mad hug and a high five if I could, but I can't. So just imagine it. Just imagine a lovely warm hug from me. I smell like strawberries, honestly. Promise you. Right, brand new season. We are in the championship. There's loads to do. Will it be good? Will it be bad? It'll probably be sad, but we'll find out together. We're in it together, Blues fans or not. Let's see what I go up to. Right, let's get balls deep into those trannies, just like you did on your Thailand holiday last year. So, loads of business, as you can see. I basically spent 2 million quid, right? And as always, you go through and you're looking for players, you get a few freebies, you get a few good deals pop up. Why not? I'm going to try that out. But then obviously players go out you weren't fully expecting to sell. So Koji, I couldn't really turn that down for Middlesbrough. He was a decent player, but I don't care. Keisha Anderson, I wanted to sell. We've got a decent amount of money for him. Tommy Fogarty, he's gone off. Youngster, Brandon Kell, another youngster. Quite a few decent youngsters have ended up selling. Hull have took a couple. But I'm not bothered. I just wanted to try and make as much money as possible. A couple of players may be left on a free. Released them. End of contract. But obviously I've spent some money and a lot on Chiquino. I think he's bloody good. And he's worth more than that now, isn't he? We've signed Thomas Handel. He's a baller when he plays. Only 23. I never even heard of him. Never heard of him in my life. Scouts adored him. I love him. So I'm pretty happy with that one. We've signed a centre half, I think solid. And again, 23 years old. Mr. Esposito, pretty cheap from Inter. Backup striker, backup attacking midfielder. Kind of a fringe player, but always sell him on for a profit maybe one day. Now, freebies. I went to town. Now, I found Eddie Salcedo. Scouts liked him. He's on a free. Quite a lot of interest from English clubs and around Europe. When you squint your eyes, he looks like Jude Bellingham. That's what I tell myself. He's not. He's a striker, really. And I brought him in to back up the guy I spent 11 million quid on. Is it Guildhart last year? He loves the championship. And he loves Birmingham City. That's all I've got to say. Mr. Murray. Backup right back, but he's solid. 24 years old, some good ages. This geezer as well, winger, 26, Nigerian, on a free. Daniel Maldini's son. I couldn't not. He's all right looking, isn't he? He's not like, he don't blow your mind. He's definitely not his father. Don't play in the same position, but he's good and he's free. And I love things for free. And then Josh Brownhill. Proper solid midfielder. Do you remember, I might have mentioned in episode 1, I signed a guy at Christmas, January, from Burnley, and I said there was 2 that I wanted. And one of them wanted 60 grand a week. And we'd agreed a fee, and I thought, no, you can't have that. He got released. So I got him anyway. He's on 40 grand a week. It worked out in the end. Finances. We're actually failing FFP, because I've spent more than I should. Don't know how. But I have. But I'm going to fix that because Park Sung-ho is also got a big offer in, 10 million combined. That's not going to happen till January though. And when that does happen, the FFP sorts itself out. So I could technically have played this kid for half a season. Choose not to. I want to stick with the players I've got. And I felt good. And the bookies quite liked us too. That is pressure. Fifth. We've only just got promoted. In and around them playoffs, I'd be happy. Staff took a beating. I mean, obviously, you go up a level, so maybe your quality goes down because you compete with bigger clubs with better staff. But I think I lost a coach. The scouting team got decimated. They got robbed right, left, and centre. But I do improve this. Maybe we'll look at it later. Almost missed a transfer because I did it very early. Because Hennessy, my backup goalkeeper, just signed on a short-term deal. He retired. Ruddy is the same age as me, pretty much. So I need a new goalkeeper. And I found this guy for 6.75 million from Rotherham. Now, you know, fans of the Championship might have heard of him, but I just liked him because he's a Swedish international and he was decent and the right price, the best I could get. So he's coming in as my new number 1. Right then. So I said a coach had gone. It's not. I've forgotten. It was my assistant manager, and I do get a new assistant manager in. Now, he's not actually an assistant manager, but it's one of them where he's got the right attributes, and I convinced him to be my number 2. And I've never heard of him, but he's pretty good. But right now, this is my best 11 according to Liam Daesh. Head of youth. Now, I've got a solid team here. Obviously, it's put Park Sung-ho in there. Maybe I should have played him, but I didn't. I chose to go with the guys I've got. And there is a point in the season when I wish I had him. Probably my weakest area when the top dogs go down in the middle of the park. But I just feel like going forward, we've got 2 good strikers. We've got good attacking players. I've got good wingers. Don't forget, I've still got Dembele. I've still got El Ghazi. I've brought 2 in. I think my defence is strong. It's solid. It's decent. Great fullbacks. Good centre-halves. I've improved that as well. New goalkeeper. Playoffs should be something we're aiming for. Also got things to look forward to. We're getting our new training ground, aren't we? At the end of this season. So, you know, it's onwards and upwards with Birmingham. And I love this and I enjoyed it. And do you want to know what? And I proved it to some of my friends with screenshots. I got through this season. And this is something people have been talking about recently about YouTubers who simulate. I can't simulate. I want to feel great about what I've done. I like playing the actual game. You know, if I'm getting beat 2-1 and I made a change and I win 3-2, I've done that. Get to a cup final and win it. I've done that. And I'm not knocking anyone. Just how I feel. So, you know, sometimes I feel like I can get through a season very quickly. And I constantly feel like I have to prove myself. I've been questioned about it myself many times. How have you got another episode out already? Because I work hard at it. But when I'm loving it, and because I've had such a good break, I just don't stop. I don't stop. So I put a video out. I think I've made the last episode on a Saturday morning. I put it out for 3 o'clock. By 3 o'clock, I was already near November. By dinner time, near tea time on Sunday, I'm done. And I've been chilling, putting together 2 other videos, not stories, little experiments. I'm having a bit of fun. And I'm hoping both of them will come out back to back at the weekend. So pre-season was a bit, yeah, I don't do it. Maybe it was a bit, yeah, because I'm an assistant manager and I didn't notice. I didn't notice he got nicked. Probably while I was a little bit holidaying in the summer. You know what I mean? I didn't go to Thailand though, like you. Do you know what I mean? I just went Benidorm. Right then, so yeah, big season starting off against a massive team, Sheffield Wednesday, to the 1st of Jan. This is my assistant, so he's actually head of youth. But I do that sometimes. You see the right attributes for an assistant and think he'd be great. Maybe pay him a little bit more. And sometimes you say, yeah. Do you know what I mean? You can broaden your horizons doing it that way. So I'm very happy with him, Ed Vahid. And this is my staff. You can see it has improved a bit. I can still slot in a few holes here and there, and I think I do eventually. It'll be yellow one day. Anyway, in the league, we're probably around the point of where we should be, where the bookies thought we would be. Although I was slightly disappointed, but not really with my players, just with football in general, with life and injuries and fatigue. But Eddie, like I said, look at that. Brought him in thinking he'll be all right. He's just took that spot and never let it go and just scored goals for fun. So yeah, we're 7, 42 points. We're not far off the playoffs. There's obviously still a long way to go, but look at Dembele leading the assist charts and Eddie been fantastic. So, you know, I know the bookies have put pressure on us and, you know, I've got a decent budget. I didn't spend a lot of money really. 2 million, recouped quite a lot. But, you know, you feel like pressure, you should be just bouncing up them leagues, but it's not always that easy. We're still done all right. You can see that form's like a rainbow, as I always call it. It's a bit sketchy at times, and there's times when it gets worse. I mean, that wasn't great. This whole period here where I've won 3 games and all that. Because there were times when we were up there. And it starts to look too easy. But, you know, like I said, there's still a long way to go at this point. Still got quite a few good youngsters, you know. Loaned them all out, or put them all up for loan, and had so much interest for them. I think there's only a couple I've loaned out for no wages when I'm still paying the wages. A lot of them are getting 70 to 80 to 90%, some are 100% of the wages covered, which is always helpful. Hopefully they gain some experience, we might get a player out of it, and it gets the old wage bill down. Let's just look at the squad quickly. Arranged by average rating, you can see Lee Buchanan. He's a great player, isn't he? Lee Buchanan. He's only 23. He's wanted by Fulham. I don't want to lose him. Eddie, as you can see, He's a baller. Daniel Maldini, who plays behind him, has been brilliant. Way better than I thought he was going to be. Dembele, who I think was quite injury-plagued last year. He's had a few knocks this year, but I've got more out of him this year, so I'm really happy about that. The Scotsman. Obviously, the new boy, been doing pretty well. Some players are missing out, like Gelhardt, who I spent 11 million on. But when you get a guy called Eddie, he ends up coming in the team because the other guy's injured and then just scores and just keeps scoring and scoring. You're not going to drop him, are you? So, you know, it is hard. I tried to rotate, and at times I've had to. And at times, especially going a bit further on in the season, I've really had to push players into positions I don't want to. I've had to change the formation. I've had to use a couple of different... Stay within the tactic, but use different formations because I just didn't have the players I needed. It's been bonkers. Now I'm just going to jump forward to the 18th of Feb because this was the point where I was just getting stressed. And I thought I'm just going to save this moment because my squad is fucked. Knackered, I've got injuries, I'm struggling. You'll see Brownhill's come back from an injury. Handel had an injury, he's just struggling for his fitness. And that was one of the things. I've got players, maybe even 2 players in every position. But in the middle, like when Handel and Brownhill went down, I felt like we lost stuff. And then with other players going out here and there, I was never able to put out my best consistent team, which is no excuse. You know, I'm not doing a Jurgen Klopp or whatever, but it was just a fact of life. You know what I mean? And it just really affected us. Look at our league position. And I mean, look, last time we were here was the 1st of Jan, and you can just see I won 2 games, and then recently again, just been absolutely shocking. Real struggle, and just dropping away from them playoffs. Boo fucking who booed? Look at that. 51 points, although we're not that far away. But if we'd have just had a fitter team, we'd have been in them playoffs. We've been challenging. Easy. And I think whatever happens, I need to really concentrate a bit more over the next few days when I'm playing it. Maybe look for fitter players. Look for more depth, especially in the middle. I'll be all right. We'll be all right. Eddie's kind of drying up a bit. He's getting caught up by Josh Sargent, but he's still fantastic. It's now the 19th of March, and as you can see, we are in a great spot. That lad left in January. FFP sorted. We're fine. I've still got a budget there, 24 million, but I didn't spend anything over the Christmas period, and I kind of wish I had, obviously, with the way that run ended up going. But I kind of felt like if we can just get them back, we'd be okay, and maybe we can push on to them playoffs. And, you know, not everyone's going to do an Ipswich. I'm Bood FM, not Kieran McKenna. You know what I mean? I've done it before, no, but I'm not too arsed if we end up staying in the Championship because I think I've got a good solid team here that I can add to and then go up stronger. But we'll see what happens with that. But this was just a case of this game, how shocking we'd been. We started to get some players back, and this happens. We beat second place Sheffield United 3-1. And then, in the next game, top of the league, Everton 2-1. Felt like this was it now. Let's get our shit together. We've just beaten the top 2 teams back to back at home. But that's something. You've shown what you can do. Let's fucking do it. And by the 26th of April, that's what we'd done. It's like everyone was coming back and we were getting stronger. That confidence started to come back. The morale started to get better. I felt like, even though I never paid much attention to it, the football was just better. And look, I mean, we followed those 2 great wins with a draw against Sheffield Wednesday, but then beating Preston, battering Preston, beating Lincoln, beating Norwich, beating West Brom. But 2 games left. We're sitting in 6th. We're in the playoffs. 74 points. Holy shit. Hey? I do love this game, and you know, I tweak things a little bit sometimes, but sometimes just fight on through, have some faith. You know you got that quality. Just got to get back on that pitch. And we've shown, I think, if we could have stayed fit all year, which is hard in this league, especially in this division, a lot of games, we'd be up there, you know. What about the Carabao? Well, we beat Bradford City, and then Charlton. A bit disappointed with that because I went for that. I'll be honest with you. Penalties. Now, this is last year's FA Cup, and we were great in both cups last year. We've got a love affair with this FA Cup, you know. It surprised me. It probably don't help us because this year we got to the 5th round. Check that out, and look at that. It was just one of them where once we got into extra time against Spurs, massive club, Premier League team with way more quality, we just run out of steam, and then they scored all them goals in extra time. We're still very proud of that, I'll be honest with you. My boys don't want to make it too easy. They don't want to just slot into the playoffs. No, they don't want to do that. We drew 2-2 with Stoke. Meaning, with one game left to play now, we've dropped out of the playoffs. We're in 7th. We're a point behind Watford. We've got to play one of my best friends, I'm going to call him, because I love him very much. Greenos, beloved Blackburn, away. Just to try and get in the playoffs and hope other teams do shit. So then, what we're going to do is, I'm going to live comment. And we'll see what happens, eh? Why not? I don't know how I'm going to fit it all in, but I'll work it out somehow. But before we do, this is the last look at the squad arranged by average rating. They are a good team. Need to keep them fit. There's a few things I'd like to change. Probably a few players that want to go. Got players who are wanted, so we'll have to see about that. Like Ethan Laird signed a new contract. He's very good. He's wanted by Burnley. Green will never forgive me if I did that. Then Belle's wanted by Ipswich. I like these lads though. He's my new boy, wanted by Fulham. I can't see it happening unless I have to. It's not going to happen. I want to keep a lot of this team. Hopefully find a few more little gems because I love that. I love finding freebies and stuff. And go for it next year. We've got to sort that fitness out and we'd be consistent. I know we would. We've definitely got the money, and maybe next year I might spend a lot and really, really go for it. What have I got to lose? Although I've already got 4 in the bank. But Tom Wagner is fucking minted. Sure, dip his hands in his pockets. Almost got it all yellow. Hey, look at that, expanded, looking lovely, and we're going into new facilities soon. Blue's going up at some point, maybe this year, maybe not. Welcome to Ewood Park in Blackburn. Don't forget, Sean Dyche is the manager. Greeno said he would be sick in his mouth if that ever happened, but we'll go. Everyone looks good apart from Eddie up top. He's a little bit unfit, but he scores goals. And anything could happen here, couldn't it? So yeah, I know it's a championship season, there's a lot of games, but I can get through it, and I've helped loads of you who've emailed me in the past asking how I do it. It's just the way you play it, the way you go about your season, like holiday in between games and all that kind of stuff. If you want to know, I can get through a season in a day if I've got the time. And don't forget, I got up on Saturday and I filmed episode 1. I edited it, I put it out, but I scheduled it for 3 o'clock. And then went and cut the grass, spent some time with the kids, went to the shop, came back, put a few hours in, had some lunch, put a few hours in, had my tea, put a few hours in, got up early, put a few hours in on the Sunday, and did some bits with the kids and all that, put a few more hours in, went to the fair in Denton, a couple of hours with the kids, came back, finished it off. This whole season. And there's people out there saying it'd take 10 weeks. I don't know how, but I don't know what you're doing. But it's how you feel about the game, innit? And we can all play it our own way. But whenever I hopefully do achieve something, oh my God, well done. Hopefully if I do achieve something, I feel like I've achieved it if I do it. At least if I've been there. Even if I watch most of my games on commentary, I don't care. I've been there, I'm doing it. But it is what it is. I felt like it was going to be a penalty or something, and I thought something had happened. I also nearly ballsed up here. Forgot to plug my laptop in. I'm hoping it's all going to be all right. Because just as this was coming on, it came up. Everything was going dead slow once it started to kick in the match. Because obviously it started to use more power. And I'm thinking, why are you being shit, computer? Realised I hadn't plugged it in. Yeah, because I've had to set all my setup back up. Because my mother-in-law came for tea. So this is like a room we've got downstairs. I call it a dining room. I call it a studio. It's not that big. It's where all my gear is. Green screen behind me on a big thing that pulls down. Got all my lights and everything, my mic. But then when mother-in-law comes, she don't want to sit in where we sit and have tea at the table in the kitchen. She likes to be in here. So I have to clear it all out. I have to put all my stuff away. Turn it into like a dining room. And then it's a ball ache to set it back up. But here's Brownhill. Finds him. Oh. Right, so at the minute, we have sneaked into 6th. That's his lovely jubbly, isn't it? See what happens with that. Corner ball, handheld to take. What a little pick-up he was. Buzzing with him. And oh, go on, Dara. Unlikely goal scorer. Although Watford have scored. And we switched, but then we switched back, and then we switched again. This is... So we were out of it, we weren't in it. Then we went back out of it. Then we jumped up 2, and then we jumped back down 1, but we're still in it at the minute. You can imagine if it was real life, everyone in the crowd would be like listening to the other game while, wouldn't they? They'd all have the little, oh, you hear cheers and oh, all that kind of stuff. It's half time, it's 1-0. We're doing our job so far. But we are kind of relying on other teams as well, aren't we? So yeah, it is actually Wednesday. I'm hoping to get this all edited and out tonight. So I've had a good few days and I just want to make some fun little experiments. Some I've done before. Easy videos to make that I still enjoy. I don't enjoy that, Harry Leonard. No offence, Greeno, but you need to get your ass up from Swindon and get to a game because there's no one here. You've got no fans, Blackburn. So I've put together 2 videos that I'm going to film one Saturday morning and hopefully get one out Saturday, one out Sunday. One is one of my billionaire races, which I love. They're just a bit fun. And the other one, I've implanted 2 teams into the Premier League to see how they do. And I like it, and I want to do it more. I'm going to see how you all like it. And then I've got an idea of doing it again where I implant 4 legendary teams from random countries into the Premier League to see how they do. I'm going to pick one of them, talk about it in the video when it comes out weekend, and we'll see if you lot in the comments can put me some suggestions for the other 3, and then we'll have a bit of fun because it is really interesting. Half an hour to go. I don't feel good. I don't feel good about this. I don't feel good about Blackburn Rovers. I don't like them anymore. Not that I've ever liked them. Never forgiven them for nicking our title in 1995. Right. Oh, I was going to be something. This might be something. Come on. Brownhill. He can't handle it. The crowd are on him because he's ex-Burnley. The crowd, all 5 of them, keep booing him every time he gets a ball and it's messing with his head. But they have on us in it to change it. If we can survive this, we're not surviving it. It's 2-1. So I've made 3 changes. El Ghazi's come on. And the reason El Ghazi hasn't played a lot this year isn't because I brought other wingers in and I just like them more. I love El Ghazi. I think he was brilliant for me last year. Go on. Oh. He has just been plagued by injury all year and just not been able to get it going. Get back in. Oh, injured. Get back injured. And it felt like all season he'd really struggled, which has been a bit of a blow because he's a fantastic player. But I just think we've got a lot of good ones. Just thinking that middle of the park, I was lacking a bit. So really, that's my focus this year. Even if they spend money, but we'll see. Also, it's such a good run. Haven't we been such a good run? Gets that last game. Just need to win it. Because if we were winning it, we'd be in the playoffs now, wouldn't we? But we're not, are we? We're not going to score 2. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I think we've done well. I understand why we're at where we are. And I'm going to try and rectify it in the summer. And we'll go again. Get to that Premier League in this series. I want to be in the right spot. But it's not going to be this season. No. Bloody Blackburn. Greeno, you can suck my... I mean, the good thing is, I might still be here. Because that is a worry, innit? Wagner might go, you toss pot. Could have got us up straight away. He's not. He's happy. I've got an A+ from him. That's the main thing. They only wanted us to be mid-table anyway. So I mean, I don't know about the transfer budget. Will it stay that way? But we'll see. Because I have scouted the hell out of the world. Not the world. I've done a lot of scouting, and there's some freebies will pop up. There's a couple of bargains, and I am excited. I like the idea of us being in the Championship. I know it. You want to just be successful and go. It don't always work out that way, but I just feel like I'm really up for this. Now, we've got 2 players whose contracts coming to an end. One is Josh Knight, and they kind of want me to stay. And he's all right. He's only 27. Not made my mind up yet. Know if you're interested in him. Jorginho Bacuna is someone who he needs replacing. Him, and there's a few more. I like Romero. I know he's 32. Might get rid of him. Brownhill and Mandel are staying. I feel like I might need 2-3 solid, real good central midfielders. Apart from that, I'm not that worried about everyone else if they stay. I think they could do the job for me. But, you never know until you get stuck into the summer and see what's available there. Right, so I've jumped forward to the 1st of June, just so we can see who went up. Fulham won the playoffs, beating Middlesbrough. Obviously, we finished 7th. Who's gone down? It is Preston, Bolton and Millwall. Man City have won the league. What's going on with Man City? Let me know what you think about what they're doing. Taking Premier League to court. That just shows guilty in my eyes. They can't get away with this, but let me know what you think in the comments. So we're going to have Luton, Forest and Southampton coming down to face us next season in the Championship. So there we go. That is the end of episode 2. As always, thanks for joining me. Make sure you help support me, the series on my channel, by hitting that thumbs up. It all helps the algorithm. Get involved in the comments. That helps the algorithm. Even if you just want to write, "Bood, you mank cretin. Bood, you're a twat in a hat." I don't care. It helps the algorithm. And I love you long time. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell and you'll never miss anything I do. And if you really want to help support the channel, keep it going, you can always become a patron. You'll find a link to that down below. Hopefully, you'll come back for episode 3, which will be out at the beginning of next week. But keep your eye out over the weekend because we're going to have 2 videos coming out, hopefully, which you might enjoy. Oh, you will. What else are you doing? Sitting around scratching your nuts, booking another holiday to Thailand. I know your game. Anyway, stay happy, stay safe. I'm Bood. Bye-bye.